microphone out. How much battery do I have? Not too bad. I can actually plug it in, which I like about this. And we haven't tried that yet, so it's going to be pretty cool. Test it out. I'll try to cancel out. I still have yet to figure out about the or watch, like, not figure it out, but watch the watch to see about the buttons on the microphone, if it let me see how if this will reach. No. It kind of does. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty neat. I like that. I don't need that adapter anymore that I thought I would need. That is great. That is great. I love that. Because I ordered this converter and I don't need it. I can charge my phone while having the microphone in, which is fantastic. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. We're talking about some updates, and we're doing some thingamabobs. I'm doing some working on a thumbnail for the new podcast that is going to be unveiled. How y'all doing, man? Tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel. How y'all doing, man? We got some updates to the channel. Updates with a new podcast. And it may evolve. It may change. You know, I'm in talks with someone who we're gonna, like, potentially co-host together. It's just a matter of us meeting up and like conversating and seeing how we vibe together. But currently, I'm working on digitizing our clothing line, and please tap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. We have a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. There's a lot of changes happening, man, on this planet. I'll tell you what, man. If you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know what to tell you at this point, man. But you found this channel for a reason, so, you know, but damn. You gotta... oh yeah, I'm trying to find the live stream for this. I don't see it. What the heck is going on? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So we're going to give it a few moments. We've only been roughly live for like 5 minutes, so we're going to give it usually takes like a couple minutes for the notification, the notice to go out to everyone. So we'll give it a few for that to take effect. But it's March 5th, everybody. Man, like what? Like what? That is crazy, man. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Miss Lopez, welcome to the live stream. How you doing, man? Tap that like button. Everybody subscribe to the channel. And by the way, I'm still waiting for it, but I haven't got any notifications yet on when it's going to arrive. But I do have a new sound bowl I am waiting on arriving. I'm going to check right now, actually, to see what the deal is, because I still have not heard anything. I know this thing is being handmade, so I get it. And this week I was experiencing, and you guys haven't seen me go live too many times this week because, well, I've been experiencing quite a bit of allergies. It wasn't pleasant, to say the least. But you know, I'm back in the game. I'm back in action. Action Jackson. And yeah, man, we about to get into it. And you know, where's my order number? It's odd, I don't see the order number. Wait, I think it was in the title. Oh, there it is. All right, let's see. And then the email I used was this one. All right, let's see here. Okay, why is it not letting me just type it in? Okay, 26118. Okay. 26118. Let's see what we got here. Tracking information isn't available yet. Please wait. All right, we still got to wait. Hey, Captain, what's good, man? Did you tap the like button? Did you subscribe to the channel? A social path built on values, ideas, and productive work. Importing the products of civilization without producing them only reinforces dependency and creates the illusion of possessing it. So what do you mean by, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by, that's a very good, I like what you just said. And I have some things I want to kind of, let me see if there's any other comments, because I wasn't watching the chat. Okay, no, there's not. Good evening to you, Captain, and I hope that you subscribe to the channel, man. I love what you're saying there, because so when you say importing the products of civilization without producing them, so can you elaborate on that as far as importing them and not producing them? Are you referring to higher dimensional being type technologies like replicators, where you can just replicate something? Like if you want an apple, you're just going to replicate the apple. There's no need to produce it. Is that what you're referring to when you say importing the product without producing it, because that is a very interesting. You're right. It does, in fact, create dependency of some sort. Why? Because you're depending on that replicator to replicate that materialistic thing or food or physical item. I don't know that there is a way to, other than humanity raising their consciousness, becoming more awake and aware, to the point where they realize that they are not any of this. And then, in fact, it's all an illusion. And as more and more people wake up, you begin to separate, and not so much separate, but you become detached from attaching yourself to these material things or physical things too, as well, because it also connects with attachment to people, places, things, relationships, friendships, society, the things that are happening in the world. So there's many different ways that we can, we are dependent. I hope you're still in the chat, man, Captain. I might have missed you because I didn't respond. I hope you're still here. That's a very good analysis. And it definitely sparks up a conversation. So type in the chat if you're still here, Captain. Hey Owens, what's good, man? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I guess Captain's not here anymore. It's kind of a shame, man. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. What are your thoughts on what Captain wrote above? Or what is anybody's thoughts on that? Let's get a discussion going here before I get into the updates. I still haven't heard any news on the sound bowl. When I log into my order, it basically says tracking information isn't available yet. Please wait. So I know they custom make these bowls. So I'm really excited to receive it. Trust and believe that. Really? So when are you when are you when are you actually eating? What time of day do you eat? I can honestly agree with you. I don't really, I mean, I mostly eat one meal a day myself. Around 7 or 8. Yeah, that's too late for me. Because I'm already like winding down and almost going to sleep by then. I'll have my dinner around 3 to 4 p.m. usually. But I can tell you this. If you've been a follower and a longtime subscriber of the channel, and I know I've spoken about this several times on the channel about how I was experiencing acid reflux and heartburn and like acid shooting up in my throat. Well, and listen, when I say this, I'm not a doctor. I am going from my own experience, but I can tell you this. I've had this happen before, and it was years ago. And I didn't really consider this as an option, but God was like speaking to me numerous times, telling me it was parasites. I started a parasite cleanse, and I was telling you guys I couldn't eat after a certain period of time. I had to eat like 4 or 5 hours before laying down and going to sleep, and all of it completely gone. I've been cleansing for and mind you, it's interesting because I was doing fasting and stuff like that, but it wasn't enough. Either it wasn't long enough or it just wasn't enough. So I was experiencing some symptoms that I also recognized from years ago when I had this one chiropractor that was a kinesiologist. Presley, what do you mean night? Are you going to sleep? Welcome, Presley, to the what was that noise? Oh, welcome to the live stream, Presley. Because I have to reload this thing, like wipe this. Yeah, it's like full, memory's full and everything. Yeah, I've got to. What's good, brother? What's good, man? What's good? So I know you were on here when I was talking about it, and it was going on for a while. The acid reflux, and I remember you being on, Presley, when I was speaking about it. And the last I would say the last 3 to 4 weeks, I've gotten guidance from God, my higher self, and I figured out through the guidance what was the root cause of it. And the root cause of it, which is what a lot of the individuals in white coats, which you guys know what I'm referring to, when you go to those establishments where they give you, physical checks and things of that nature, it's been parasites. A lot of the people in white coats don't recognize that, and they'll just give you some kind of medicine for heartburn, or you take something over the counter. They don't actually get to the root cause. Well, this happened to me years ago, and for whatever reason, I was meant to go through it. I believe it's all in medication. What do you mean by that? It's all in medication. So in fact, now mind you, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you if you're experiencing that's what is that you're experiencing, but there's a very high probability that you need to do some sort of parasite cleanse. We can pick those things up from food, from energetically, from other people. I mean, a lot of different ways. And they essentially live within your intestines, and they attach to your intestinal walls. And a lot of times why people have belly fat or stomach fat or a lot of other things that I don't really want to speak about because it's kind of TMI. And people will get grossed out by it, but I mean, they do need to hear it. I mean, there's signs that can tell you that that's what it could possibly be. And there's things you can do naturally that you can cleanse from them. Again, we can pick them up from foods. We can pick them up from many different ways. So, since cleansing for the past, and I'm still doing it, and if you are interested in knowing what I'm doing, this is personally what I'm doing. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you whether or not you need to do it or not do it, or whether it works for you. Consult your practitioner. That's all I'm going to say, because that's what we have to do on here. You know, it's, you have to do your own research. But wormwood tea is very good for killing off parasites. Black seed oil and oregano oil mixed together, meaning they have gel supplements that you can take that have both of them in it. They also have drops you can do that are oregano oil and black seed oil. I've kind of been doing all three. Yeah. Yeah, the white coats. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. And that's why we've struggled to get these technologies out to the public, like med beds and healing wands and all these things that are actually readily available to us, but they've been suppressed because they want you to go to, you know, these pharmacy stores and get these over the counter things that are basically just a band-aid. They don't really actually work. But if your body's in balance, you know, and you're taught the right things to do, which in fact we're not, yeah, healing wands, man. There is a technology out there that is a healing wand that, again, is a higher, is, how do I explain it, man? It's if you believe in ETs and aliens and higher dimensional beings, they're at a higher vibration. We have been kept at a lower frequency and vibration so that we haven't been able to access things like replicators and healing wands. If you're curious to know what a replicator is something that you can take. It is a device that you can basically press a button, almost like a 3D printer to an extent, but even more advanced. And you can just press a button and instantaneously this little cloth will be replicated however many times you want it to replicate it. Now, mind you, if you use the replicator for reasons for self, like basically you replicate some kind of physical thing and then you go and you try to sell it for money, that is a no-no. And then that is not what they're meant to be used for. But I mean, you can literally replicate a house, a car. You know, this is so that, you know, when people say, well, you need money in society, well, no, you don't. And as we go to the fifth dimension, the fourth dimension, you still have money exchange. But what kind of help are you asking for, Sam's Family Racing? If it's advice, sure. So a lot of people say, well, you can't have a society without money exchange, and you certainly can, and we will, and it's happening. And let me tell you what, 2030 and 2040, which is right around the corner, this whole world will not be anything that you have thought it to be or what it has been up to this point. We're going to be living in a completely different planet if you're here still on this earth, if you decide to stay. So, you know, what allegations, the proof lady, are we referring to here? What allegations are we referring to? So as I said, this is not a Q&A today. Well, I wanted to get on here and talk about some updates because I'm in talks with someone right now. We just have to figure out a date. Yeah, buddy, you're just trolling, man. That's what you're doing. Thank you, Presley, for taking care of that. I appreciate that, brother. Um, oh yeah, so I'm in talks right now with someone. Um, we're kind of ironing out all the details and if we vibe together. But I really like this person's content. There's a very high probability that the podcast is going to be called the Great Awakening Podcast. So you guys are getting firsthand into this, and Presley, perfect for you to be here. Again, we may do some episodes live, and a bunch of them will be recorded. Hopefully, we'll get them on Spotify and other places of that sort as well, Apple Music, and you know, all these different places. But yeah, we're definitely going to deep dive a lot of conversations, especially about med beds and you know healing wands. See, here's the thing, man. Yeah. It's kind of been very interesting because I've been guided to reach out to so many different people, and it just hasn't worked out. And I know that that was God leading me to just open doors until finally to see who actually really stuck around. And in reaching out to a bunch of different people, one person has actually stuck around. Now we just need to iron out a time and meet and see if we vibe and go from there. I definitely got a lot more information today as to we're going to bring people on. We're going to have conversations with multiple people, but the core group is going to be me and this other individual, potentially. Again, I don't know how many times a week. I don't know how many are going to be live and are going to be. I'm kind of thinking once a week. And we may do like Q&As where me and the individual go live and do a Q&A weekly or something like that as well. I don't know. Right now it's kind of just still I have to feel into it and see what resonates with me, what resonates with them, and go from there. But I keep getting that it's going to be very big, and that I need to be prepared because things are about to get ramped up and I'm about to reach a lot of people. And I've already known that. I just haven't known exactly when. But that I have to be prepared for, yeah, the channel exploding. Which is exciting. Very, very exciting. And yeah, I totally want to talk about these topics because, see, here's the thing. Like, humanity is not... I'm getting chills a little bit. Like, I just got massive tingling chills because we're not at a point where humanity is fully ready, nor where they actually believe that there is technology out there that can regenerate a finger or a limb, without them believing that it's some sort of demonic thing, and we're getting there. And the disclosure of all of these things that is happening right now with Hillary and the war in Iran and all these different things, yes, they're a very big distraction from God, from us connecting to Source. Very, very big distraction. But yet it's waking us up and then expanding our consciousness to be ready for these different ways of being and living. A lot of us have been here for quite some time on this planet, and we're used to it being a certain way. And to have everything completely switched and flipped on its side is not easy for people. And it's not easy for their ego. And especially knowing that there's been technologies out there, which a lot of us know, that things have been suppressed. But I mean, just as like the trafficking stuff and the poisoning and all this stuff that people are outraged about, especially the ones that are not awake, to find out that there's been devices available that have been held back due to greed and people just wanting, you know, to essentially feed off of our energy is, and then knowing that your family member may have transitioned and could have still been here if this technology was available to everyone. But knowing that it's all been for greed and manipulation and, you know, and mostly greed. Mostly greed, but, you know, listen, at the end of the day, man, I've accepted what is, and I've accepted that my dad didn't make it, you know, in time. He wasn't here long enough to make it to where the med beds were released to the public. And if your family members or someone you're close to is fortunate enough to make it, then hats off to you and be very grateful for that. Again, there's a lot of talks of them being released to the public this year. Again, there's no time frame, and I'm not going to sit here and, unless I'm told otherwise, to give a specific time frame. The only thing that I know is I can speak about whatever they tell me I can speak about, and answer questions. And when they come out, they come out. Again, things continue to shift and change due to where humanity is at consciously. And I definitely want to talk about a lot of this because we need to bring awareness to it all so that people can prepare themselves, you know. And it's not going to be easy for a lot of society to adjust to higher dimensional beings being here on the planet with us, because science and the programming and the conditioning that we've all experienced has programmed and conditioned us to believe that we're the only ones here. In fact, we're not, and we haven't been. But if you can't see it, that's the way science has conditioned and programmed us, so that you disconnect from that skill and that ability to communicate with, you know, the other side. Because then you have to rely on your government. You have to rely on people around you. You have to rely and be dependent on everyone around you instead of being able to, you know, communicate. And I mean, imagine if every single human being here on this planet had all of their psychic senses and their abilities, and they can deeply connect with God. They had faith. Majority, I would say, more than probably 90% of the human race is disconnected from source, doesn't even believe that there is a God because of what is going on in front of them. And everybody's question, I know because I've taken surveys and I know people say it all the time. Well, why doesn't God step in? Why hasn't God stepped in? God does step in, but only when you initiate it. Again, we're on a planet that we chose to be here, which allows us for free will. Again, even though there's free will, there's limited free will and choice. The free will and choice that we have is the resistance we put up to whatever guidance we're being given. That's the free will. It's that small. Because our soul has a soul signature that our soul chose to experience prior to coming here that we don't remember. Majority of us don't remember. And this is just a snippet of what we're going to be talking about on the podcast. Just so you guys know, and you guys have an idea of just a little bit of what we'll be talking about. I mean, I'm really excited, man, because I love these topics. And it's like to get another perspective. And I love you guys engaging and you guys adding, but that will be, the more, like I said, I don't know fully the way that it's going to look yet. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of a, teaser of what's to come, and so it's like as we move forward in this year, more disclosure is going to happen. We're going to find out like things that we've been eating, things that we've been doing, things that we've been involved in are not what we thought they were. And that there's a lot of infiltration of thoughts, and there's beings out there that do in fact infiltrate our thoughts, And when I was talking about the parasites earlier in the live stream, they control our thoughts too. Why do you think so many people are walking around and they're hungry and they're addicted to certain foods? Because it's not actually them, it's the parasites that are infiltrating your thoughts and be like, oh, you need that piece of chocolate, Frank or Joe or Jack. You need that burger or whatever it is, or you got to keep eating because it's not actually you. And then the parasite is kind of like intercepting the food, and it's not actually, you're not actually digesting it because the parasites are eating the food. And again, as I said, the people in white coats, as Presley said, they don't acknowledge this stuff. Because if they did, and they actually gave you stuff to handle it, like if you talked about it, they think you're crazy. Just like a lot of you are going to listen to this are going to think I'm crazy. But that's okay. Eventually you will wake up to this as humanity wakes up. And we raise our consciousness more and more. We'll realize these things as a collective. And it already is, because, I mean, you can, I randomly, I spoke to someone that is a part of a company that I hope that we could get sponsored by, that does red light therapy stuff, technologies. And I've used quite a few of their products. And right away when I spoke about parasites, it wasn't weird or, off-putting when I was talking to him about it. And he actually was like, well, you should, which I was aware of this, but then not aware, but he reminded me of it. And it's kind of interesting that I started to do this cleanse 2 or 3 weeks before the full moon and the eclipse and the blood moon and all this. That's when the parasites are most active. So he was like, yeah, you should do it before and after the moon cycles. So it was like, it wasn't like, oh my God, that's disgusting, or that's like, no, like that's not real, or blah, 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 They don't want to get to the root cause, because again, if you healed, then what good would they be? If the med beds came out, what good would these women and men in white coats be? Their job would be gone. They would have to be a med bed operator or something of that sort, because their career, all they know, would be gone. So this is all connected in so many different ways to, like, the stores that carry the supplements. And I say supplements because of the You know what I'm talking about. Medicine, that carry medicine that you would buy over the counter, or not over the counter, behind the counter. You know, what could these places would be gone? They wouldn't exist anymore because we wouldn't need them. We wouldn't be dependent on them. But they've made it so that humanity is in fact dependent on it and on them through poisoning, through, like I said, medicine, through the lies that they perpetuate, through not getting to the root cause. Like I cannot tell you how many people I've come across, even on this channel, that have said they have acid reflux and heartburn and all of that stuff, but have they actually got to the root cause? And most people go and get over-the-counter stuff, or they go to a person in a white coat who prescribes something to them. Interesting. Well, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, you're somebody that says you have it, exactly. And how long has it happened for you? And have you ever gotten to the root cause? Is my question. I called ICE on my uncle because... What? Okay. Yeah, that's definitely trolling. Wow. Yeah, see, now, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be, but I'm telling you from my own experience. It happened to me years ago, right? And I was told by God and my guides that it was parasites. And most every human walking on this planet has parasites of some kind. And most people have them for that they've never gotten rid of them because they don't even know that they have them. And I'm not going to, again, like I said, man, this is just my own experience. So you take it, do your own research, all right? But I'm going to tell you what, I started doing, and as I said, do your own research. I'm not a doctor, man. But I can tell you that should just tell you, okay? That face. There's things you can do research about that can cleanse. You can cleanse from parasites. Parasites can cause millions of different ailments. Again, people in white coats, they don't acknowledge it. They don't want you to get to the root cause. They want you to continue to take stuff so that you continue to fund the system, if you know what I mean. But I'll give you a heads up. I've been taking, and this is what I've been doing, okay? So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, do your own research, go to your practitioner before you do anything, okay? And I'm saying this over and over again on here because I don't want to be accused or blamed or anything. You have to do your own research. This is my own experience, okay? Wormwood tea is one of the things. You look it up, do your research, Google it. Oregano oil and black seed oil. There's a combination that even on YouTube, they're promoting a product on the ads. If you pay very close attention, there's ads on YouTube that talk about people with parasites and having a big belly. If you have a big belly, if you have a fat under your chin, and then they promote a product that is black seed oil and oregano oil combined, and you just take the pill, the two of them a day, and it will kill off. Again, you can fast. There's many different ways to do it, but everybody should be doing a cleanse multiple times a year to cleanse from parasites. You can get them from organic foods. You can get them from foods in general. You can get them from other people. You can get them from intimacy with others. You can get it, like, remember, we're all energy, man. We're all frequency and vibration. And if you're at a low frequency and low vibration, which is what they've kept us at, which is in fear and um, when you're in that low frequency and low vibration, these things feed off that stuff. On top of the fact that they feed off a lot of junk food and sweets and carbs and things of that sort. Wow, 70 hours? Holy shit. Well, you're definitely going to. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And you know what? I just got chills, man. 70 hours, you're going to starve them. And they're going to leave your body. Wow, 40 hours. So how long is the 70 hours would be? Oh, yeah, 72 hours is 3 days. Okay, okay. Well, I'm 20. You're only 28, man. Wow. Wow, you're young, man. And you're already getting into this stuff. Well, interestingly enough, 72 hours. Yeah, I've done like 5 days. Um, 5 or 6 or 7 was like the most I've done. 72 hours, though, if you're going to do 70, again, I'm not telling you what to do, but 72 hours, you reset your body. Just so you know. But yeah, it's very interesting, man, because I can tell you right now, there's thousands, if not millions, of people walking around with acid reflux. And no joke, as I said, I had it years ago, and then it stopped for a while because I did some heavy cleansing. I did blood cleansing, like ozone treatments. I did EE system, which is energy enhancement system. I've done a lot of cleanses over the years. I got to the point where I just ate raw and that's it. So I cleansed my body really well and it stopped. I got to the root cause. And then I would say probably last year it started and it came back again, which just was a sign that I needed to cleanse. I needed to do another parasite cleanse. Good. I've been doing the 5 day at the end of the month. So the last 5 days of the month. The only reason I didn't do it in February is because I'm doing a cleanse right now. A couple cleanses. I'm doing an intestinal cleanse. I'm doing a parasite cleanse. Um, I'm drinking the wormwood tea, which also cleanses from parasites. Um, but I can tell you right now, the longer that you fast, parasites live off of food and they intercept the food. And like I said, a lot of people walking around with big bellies is parasites, acid reflux, parasites. I mean, the list goes on and on. But again, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to claim that I'm a doctor. I have to say it multiple times on here because of YouTube and everything else. And I'm not telling you a cure. I'm not telling you. Okay, I'll definitely get some of that now. Wormwood tea. Yeah, wormwood tea, oregano oil, and black seed oil. There is a product, and I don't know what the name of it is, but it's on this. They promote it on YouTube on the commercials, and it's organic, and it's a mixture of. It has both wormwood. I'm sorry, it has black seed oil and oregano oil together in one gel tablet, and you're supposed to take 2 a day. And after like a week to 2 weeks, like people have said they have increased energy, all kinds of stuff, more clarity. Again, when you have the parasites, you have brain fog, you have bloating, you have acid reflux. I can go on and on, a million different things. I mean, I had at one point when I was like infested with them years and years ago, I had red lesions all over my body where I was itching like crazy. Um, yeah, I don't know if they're necessarily, I would call them tapeworms. I mean, that could be still a parasite. And wormwood tea. No, no, no. Black seed oil and oregano oil. So look for something that is a combination of those two. Black seed oil and oregano oil. But I would not do that stuff while you're fasting. Okay, so I would pick and choose what you're going to do. If you're going to, yeah, oregano oil and black seed. If you go to like a health food store, they have them. And they have them in drops, they have them in capsules, they have them in pills. Whole Foods Market carries stuff. Um, if you go to like a co-op type health food store, you can go on Etsy and get, Etsy carries wormwood tea. If you're going to do the teas and you're going to do the black seed oil and the oregano oil, I would not fast doing that. Just because I just wouldn't, because the tea is going to dehydrate you. And I just wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't fast doing it. Get rid of it first, and then fast. You know. But as I said again, I'm not giving advice. This is what I did. Okay, so this is not advice to anyone. This is my own experiences. Just so everybody knows, I have nothing to do with whatever you choose. Make sure you go seek a person in a white coat, a practitioner, to get advice. If you should be doing those things like fasting or doing these wormwood tea, it's on you, man. This is just what I do. And this is what has helped me. Again, as I said years ago, I had the acid reflux. I then did these cleanses recently and completely gone. Again, do your own research, guys. Do your own research. Um, yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Anytime, man. That's how we, see, it's not about someone telling someone else what to do. It's just about speaking about our own experiences and what we've gone through and what we've done and what we continue to go through. And then you go and you do your own research. But like, it's kind of like wakes you up to like, oh, wait, wow, I never thought of that. Wow, that's something I could try. That's very interesting. I'm having something similar to what you're having. Maybe I'll try something like that. That's a really good idea. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're here to do, man. Help each other, man. Not like, oh, I figured this out and I'm now going to keep it to myself. When I know there's millions of people out there going through a very similar thing. Again, you've got to take it at your own pace. You've got to do your own research. You've got to you got to do your own research, you know. It's but this is how we change the world, man. This is how we make this world a better place. Not, I'm going to keep everything a secret. I'm not going to talk about this like, you know, as long as like I'm talking from my own journey, my own experience. If you resonate with some of the things I'm doing, maybe it's going to spark something within you, you know? But like, of course, being doing it from a place of um, I don't want to say being careful, because that's like a place that's coming from a place of fear. I don't want to use those words because it's coming from fear, but like you still want to, of course, you know, because of what we've ingested and where we're at as a society, our bodies are not used to some of these things. So you have to take precautions, and actually kind of know what you're doing when you're doing it. Because yeah, even though it is healthy, yeah, you can have reactions. Don't forget, your body's going to go through detoxification, and you're going to have withdrawal symptoms and all kinds of things, man. And in the beginning, when I started fasting years ago, yeah, it was not easy to do. And a lot of these things, this is why most people don't do half of these things, because of the mere fact that they're not easy to do, like cold plunging or fasting or, parasite cleansing or whatever the heck it is. Hey, Nico, what's good, brother? Um, so it's just, I'm just the type of person that no matter what is going on, I ask. I constantly ask. I don't just, I don't just like someone tells me you got to be careful, you got to watch out, you better look into that. No, I'm gonna follow what feels good to me. I'm gonna follow what feels right to me. I'm gonna allow my soul to lead me and guide me no matter what. And I'm not just gonna settle with one answer. I'm gonna try different things, and I'm not gonna allow someone else to put me into a fear mentality, because I know that at the end of the day, there's nothing to fear, not even death. And I know that no matter what, everything is all being divinely guided and divinely orchestrated. And there's no accidents that you found this channel and that were led here to hear the messages that I was speaking. There's no mistakes about that. Um, so it's just like, it's important to, do your own research and listen to your body. That is the most important thing I can convey. No matter what I speak of, no matter what a doctor tells you, no matter what anybody says, you listen to your body. Your body knows best. Point blank, period. There's no other way around it. Your body knows what it's doing. Your body is always trying to get back to balance. So, yeah, man. I didn't really get to talk much about I did a little bit, like I said, man, I'm in talks with someone right now. I don't know the full details yet of the podcast and how it's going to look, but just stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a lot more things to come. I'm working on different thumbnails and clothing, and digitizing the clothing that I have already so we can put it up on the YouTube channel for you guys to purchase if you'd like. Yeah, there's a lot to come, man. A lot to come. I'll have more talks about things like this, nutrition and health, and a lot to come, man. A lot to share, a lot to talk about. I am going to do probably Saturday a Q&A. That's when I did it last week. Most likely it will not be tomorrow. It will be Saturday. I don't know the time yet, but I'm going to make a thumbnail for it. Actually, it's a Q&A around higher dimensional beings and ETs and extraterrestrials and aliens. That's what we discussed last week that we were going to do, because I saw that a lot of people were very interested in that topic, and we can discuss technologies as well that the extraterrestrials are bringing forward to humanity. So yeah, we're gonna. That's what I think Saturday will be. Monday, I think maybe we'll do like a Q&A Mondays. Saturday will be. We'll talk about aliens and things around aliens and UFOs and things of that sort. Maybe one of the days I'll do a segment on nutrition, and you guys can ask me questions about nutrition. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm all speaking only from my own experiences. You take what resonates, you leave what doesn't. And you seek medical assistance. You don't just do what I say, because I'm not telling you to do what I said, but you seek your own research. And I will emphasize that over and over again on these lives. Anything that I speak of, you have to do your own research. You know, yeah, with that being said, I think I'm going to end the live here. And, you know, we'll go from there, man. This is just a quick live. I have a video I'm going to upload as well, that I recorded, I think it was the day before yesterday or something like that I'm going to upload. And I'll do some shorts and more content to come, man. Trust and believe. We got vlogs, we got podcasts, we got Q&As, we got aliens. We're going to talk about med beds and healing wands and you know, replicators and you name it, man. We're going to get into it on this channel. So I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go.